What's up, YouTube? How's it going? It's a little bit wet out here, but I'm going to try to launch some rockets today anyways. My first launch is going to be the sustainer section of an Estes Supernova on a B6-2. One of the cool things about this, though, is I've replaced the nose cone that came with the rocket with the nose cone that comes with the new Estes Astrocam rocket. And with that being said, we're going to try to get some onboard video. Let's hope it works. Alright, so my next launch here is going to be the Estes Baby Bertha on a B6-4. The reason I chose this rocket to fly next is to get a really good gauge of what the wind conditions are like. The first rocket I launched, it was a very erratic trajectory, so it was kind of hard to tell what the winds were doing, especially since the streamer didn't fully come out. So it was really difficult for me to see how windy it is and what direction the wind is blowing. But the Baby Bertha here is an excellent way to test that out, so I'm going to see what it does. And there it is. I found a good spot for landing, not in a puddle. How about that? So the Baby Bertha did about what I expected it to, although it's still weathercocked pretty severely. And really in the last 5 minutes it seems like the wind has started to pick up, but I'm still going to try to launch this scratch-built rocket on a D12-5. I'm expecting somewhere around 1,000 feet. It should go pretty quick. All right. Looks like a good landing. The streamer was a little bit tangled up in the shock cord, but that's okay. Alright guys, the next rocket I'm planning to launch is the Estes Star Orbiter on an Aerotech D15-4. Wow, what a terrific flight. Fantastic launch. All right, it landed in a dry area. That's amazing. So that launch was a scratch-built mailing tube rocket on a D12-3, and the takeoff was great. However, the parachute did not come out, and I'm a little bit concerned about what the damage is going to be. I mean, the rocket ejected fine, but the parachute got caught in the payload section tube. So I know that the ground is soft. Maybe we got lucky. Let's go check it out. Okay, we'll have to look at those fins here in a second. Here's the situation with the parachute. Oh my goodness. If it had just been maybe a little bit higher, that thing would have opened. I mean, it probably just is poking out like that from impact, but geez, that's a tough break there. Let's check out the fin can. Ah, it doesn't look damaged. That is the good thing about flying in soft mud. How about that? We'll take it. So one of the nice things about having the whole day to launch your rockets and having a lot of rockets and not having any of them prepared to launch is that you can adapt to your launch conditions when you're at the field. And specifically the launch condition that I want to talk about is the soft ground. Now, the next rocket I'm going to fly is the Estes Goblin, and I'm going to fly it on a D12-5 with streamer recovery. Now, I normally fly this rocket with a parachute so that I don't break the fins, but since the ground is soft, I think I'm going to try getting away with the streamer, and that'll help it land closer to the launch pad. So that was a great launch. The Goblin worked perfectly. It went exactly in the direction I was hoping it would, and it's not too far away. Let's go get it. All right, I'm coming up on it. Let's hope it's not in a puddle here. Oh, wow. Look. It appears that that it landed on a corn stalk, which prevented it from getting wet. Okay, so the Goblin is about halfway underwater, just like my feet are. I'm going to go ahead and get it out. Let's hope there's not too much water damage. Okay, so the Goblin is dripping water. Look at that. But I think it's going to be okay. I think that launch was totally worth it. It was a great flight.